privilege as new Andy to introduce the, I don't want to say old Andy. I can't. The more seasoned Andy, who is currently who's currently the District Privacy Officer of Fredonia Central Schools, as well as Technology Specialist. For his Spark Talk today, Andy's going to come up, and let's give him a nice round of applause. Appreciate it.
Do you need your computer, John, or is this? Okay. Hi, thanks everybody. All right. So I had two Spark Talks actually prepared, and I was going to let you guys vote on which one you could have, but I think I'm not going to do that because you guys would choose the wrong one. Because there's one that's about difficult topics in education, and it might get me fired. So, and I thought, see, you would have picked that one, wouldn't you? And I thought after hearing Danielle's presentation, this was a much better one, and also Mother's Day is coming up, so there's a touch of my mother in this one, so I thought I'd stick with that one and play it safe. But as an aside, I got to work with your mom in pretty much every role she had except for at Pine Valley, and I can tell you, and I think it showed on the pictures that you showed, your mom was so stylish. She really was. She had even on Bill's Day, she was stylish. It's a talent, and I recognize that as one of the beautiful things about her, one of the many. So I want to tell you a little bit about the worst birthday ever, and again, I'm old. I'm Andy 1.0. So when I was a kid, you know, the microwave oven, believe it or not, was just coming out. Wow, the microwave oven, fabulous, fantastic. And it'd been out maybe a few years. And my mother had never mentioned it, you know, never talked about it or whatever. But so my brothers and sisters and I thought, Mom needs a microwave. You know, she's always cooking and making these great meals for us. We had 4 kids in our family as well, so it's a lot of meal preparation. Plus my dad was a doctor. He didn't get home until later, so she'd make another meal for him. So she spent a lot of time in the kitchen. And so one year we decided that we would pool our money together, and I had, you know, an allowance of like $5. So my brother and I was pretty skimpy contribution, but my sisters were working then. So we said, we'll buy Mom a microwave. She's going to love this. This is going to be the best gift ever. And you can see one of the early microwaves down here in the corner. I won't, well, maybe I can play the video if you want to just plug it. I think we can turn the sound off, I hope.
The perfect roast. The result of another Litton microwave oven first. New Veritemp control. It lets me set the degree of doneness I want. The oven does the rest automatically.
70s.
And it also comes with VeriCook oven control that lets me cook, reheat, roast, simmer, warm, defrost. Litton takes the guesswork out of microwave cooking. Litton is changing the way America cooks.
There you go. So again, we were so excited. We kept the secret from my mom, and we were waiting for her, you know, birthday, and we rolled out this big gift. And you know, we'd never give my mom a big gift. Usually it was like, you know, handcrafted cards or something like that. So she opened it up, and she literally didn't say a word. She ran out of the room crying. And everybody, including my mom, my dad, we were all like, what just happened? And she didn't come back down for the longest time. And I'd always thought, you know, looking back on that for all these years later, I always thought like my mom was just resisting change, right? That was what she was upset about. Because I don't think I personally ever asked her, like, what was it about that day that got you so upset? And, you know, eventually she used the microwave. But it wasn't until AI has come along that I've taken a different look at that day, and I think I understand a lot better why my mother ran out of the room kind of crying. And if you think about what I didn't realize at the time is my mother making a meal for us was hard work. It was. And so a microwave we thought would make it easier, but she took pride in that work. And to her, it was a representation of love, right? And so I think in general, there's pride in creation, right? When we build something, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, there's pride in that work. So when it comes to AI, I know we love AI, everything AI, let's do all things AI. When I saw the AI things where a student can put, I'm a student, 6th grade, please write me an essay on George Washington and make it, with 6th grade grammar. And it does it. It kind of makes me want to cry and run out of the room. Because we want our kids, and it comes even to Dan's presentation too with creativity and art. We want them to work through that process because that's where the reward comes in. There's no reward when you go to ChatGPT and say, write me an essay. There's no reward for that. So as we embrace AI, it's not going anywhere obviously, but let's keep on pushing kids to embrace what AI is and embrace the passion for creation, for doing something on your own, for writing that essay on your own, because there's a real danger of us kind of walking away from that. And it's going to, I believe, hurt our students intellectually and just for their own personal growth. We need to keep challenging that growth. So let's be careful about AI. I'm for it, but I think let's keep pushing that creation process and that love of creating something that you did yourself, that you built. And it's kind of a weird thing. I don't know, John, if you can click on that picture. You've probably seen AI in all kinds of forms, but to me the most disturbing, and this is from Google, so Google Arts and Culture, we all probably have known and used it. Go ahead and click the launch button there. So there's now an art remix. So you get a great work of art from Google Arts and Culture, which I love, and then it does a remix for you, and it kind of takes some of the description of what the photo is about. And yeah, go ahead. And it takes a little bit of time, but many of these ones that I've seen are actually pretty hideous and ugly. And again, when we talk about AI and art and creation, is this, are we doing and improving here? And again, I hope you all watch Terminator, right? Is Terminator too old? We have to really understand that in its heart of hearts, one of the dangers of AI, and I do think we need to be very careful about AI, is a conscience. And AI is not able to have a conscience and love. And that's dangerous. We need to be very careful about it, and we need to kind of really be careful when it comes to education of how we want to approach it and roll it out with kids. And so just to leave you, I think, remember, creation is hard. It's meant to be hard, but the end of it is where the reward comes in. So that's my Spark Talk, and happy Mother's Day. Thanks for moms.